Hello, everyone, and welcome to the newborn's final day tryouts. We had a little bit of that intermission, but we are back for one more go. I'm Dax, and joining me today is.
Bunninja.
Yeah, that's your cue, and you literally stepped on that one well. What's up, Bun? So, as you know, guys, Bun, one of the administrators of the WatchOver PH community and one of the founding members of FXV as well, handling more or less the whole newborn tryout. So, Bun, are you excited for today? What do you expect from our players, and why have a final day? Answer each and every one of those questions in alphabetical order or in the way I listed it down. But yeah, I really want to hear what you have to say, and it's great to have you here with us today.
Yeah, it's great to be on board. So yeah, I am very excited because like I've seen so many good plays in the past through tryouts. So we're holding this final day because apparently a lot of people were not available at the times or dates. Maybe their school or work, so on. So we're just doing this so that more people could join in, and then uh people could show more what they have.
Yeah, exactly. And this is actually a great thing. So, Bun, what is the story about the whole newborns program? Where did it start from? I actually want to know as well. Like, how did this start off? Why do this? And what are your plans for the future for this?
Yeah, so it started with a couple of friends of mine. Can't really name right now, but they're also very much part of this community, and we just noticed that uh, we really want something that could like bring in more people to join the competitive scene, and we want to give back to the community. That's why we want to um hold tournaments and like make people encourage people to create their own teams and you know just get better at the game.
Yeah, pretty much. And it really does go to show these are more or less academy teams waiting at the wings. It's really like you have these rank restrictions, right? You have these specific people you're looking for, and you're hoping that they can take that next step. They can move on to be bigger and better things. And I feel like I love that idea. I'm completely on board. We were doing the past 2 days already on the other week, and this time we are back for this one. So, Bun, what are we gonna do today? What are the mechanics of our tryout? Is it the same old, or is there something new about today's day?
Well, uh everything is the same except we are holding a giveaway tonight.
Yes,
uh
sir.
yes, we're sponsoring, we're giving away to two lucky people 100 Overwatch League tokens.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's been a while since we had the giveaway like that. And we're gonna keep it simple, guys. No Streamlab stuff, no beats, not kind of thing. Since it is a thing from the Watch Over PH community, we're gonna keep it casual. So basically, as I made sure on the stream that there is a command that says delay. So it does mean the stream is delayed 3 minutes due to the tryout nature of this system. So how are we gonna do this? As soon as map number 3 ends, we are gonna go for our closing ones, and you will see on stream that we are gonna be on the break. Instead, I will show up on chat. I will turn it into slow mode for the minutes. I will put the question on the text, and everyone has that one chance during slow mode to actually get that answer. As soon as the minute ends, I put it back to normal. It will show up on the chat box when I made it slow mode or not. So I do have the number of entries per setting. Also, after that one, it's not the first one who gets the right answer wins. It will be randomized as well. You got the number of entries will be put on a list, and it depends on the number. So pretend you're the third person to answer, and we draw number three. We'll check your answer. If it's correct, you win the tokens. If it's wrong, we'll go to another person. So yeah, our tokens, of course, will take 1 week to be delivered. As you all know, it does take a while for these Blizzard things to actually show on up in the first place, especially in your account. So we'll give it a little bit of a test real quick. You will see it in the chat. There you go. Make it slow mode for 60 seconds. That's what we're gonna do. And when I turn it off, and that is the end of our entry. It's a sandwich of entries, and you guys will be seeing it really soon. Anyway, we are looking to go for our first game. And Bun, which bracket is this?
Oh, let me see. Hold on. Okay, this one. Okay. Hmm. Okay, this one's gonna be the bronze to gold bracket first.
Okay, cool. So the bronze to gold bracket has three different maps, and these are Oasis, Hollywood, and Anubis. We've seen a lot of action there from our players. Oasis giving a lot of opportunities, show off different compositions, Hollywood as well. And then you go into Anubis, it gets tighter and tighter, so more on that CQC action. At the same time, learning about spawn advantage. So from the first 2 days, Bun, what have you really noticed about these maps? What were some highlights, maybe something you really want to be building on for today?
Oh, well, some really nice highlights where there's just like a lot of good plays from different players. Like, I mean, like there was oily beer. There was also a few good plays from Akashi. I mean, I to be honest, I didn't like get to watch the whole tryouts because I was busy then. But I mean, I did watch a bit, and it was always pretty hyped up. And I also like how some teams they were really creative. Like you see some comps that wouldn't usually work in some scenarios, but the players they're so good in their respective heroes. Somehow it works and somehow they win.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, in the lower league kind of system, it really is a setting of a mechanical skill. Because with mechanical skill, you're able to get those kills. It's, of course, a little sloppier. That's what you expect from a rank like this, but that is no problem. The point of this whole system is to make everyone better at the game, to be more disciplined, to understand more on how to play the game, not just shooting people left, right, and center, not just spamming, not getting that ultimate only. It really is a full package deal. So this is only the first step, guys. We will criticize, but at the same time, we will understand. And these are just building blocks to get better and better and better. If you're coming here with a mindset that these are gonna be GM games, no. This is really the start. Everyone started at the lower rank. Everyone started. You turn that game on, whether you were unranked or not, and you climb that ladder to be where everyone is by this point. So that's what we're trying to do right here, right now, with the newborns. We're trying to bring it back, we're trying to stay alive, and yeah, we're gonna be checking things out in just a bit. Where was that? Look at my cat. So yeah, Bun. What else are we gonna be doing for today? As I get my cat real quick. Give me a 411 on this.
Let's see. Well, our goal for today is just making sure everyone has a chance to play at least even one map. Because like, if you just if you play at least one map, that secures you a spot as a trialist. That's
Ooh.
so no matter if you've only played one map out of all the three tryouts, that's fine. Just show your stuff, and then we'll work it out somehow.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, guys, we'll take a super short break as we are gonna get people into lobby. We'll be right back as soon as we can get into the games. I'm excited for Oasis. Bun is too, and we're gonna be bringing you the action in just a bit. Okay, guys, so welcome back, and we are just waiting on just for the few members that we just need to get this game started. Where are my DPS guys at? Come on, guys, where are my DPS players? Don't be afraid to whip up those guns and time to go for some clicking heads, forehead, and we are back for newborns tryouts. As soon as we get into our first game, we are gonna go on to it. But Bun, from the past 2 days, we saw a number of players. I know you touched on it a little bit a while ago in our first conversation. But think about it. Who were really standouts for you from last week? You know, it's been a while already, and you guys have been checking the stuff out for the sake of really analyzing and assessing everyone. So, from what you've learned, what you've gathered, who's really at the top of the top from our previous sessions?
Hmm. Yes, so I already mentioned oily beer. I also remember that Twitch Prime person. And then there was also that other really good tank player. Okay.
You
Let
got
me
this, you got
think.
this.
Okay, wait, I'm just gonna look at my list. Actually, I kind of
Mhm.
listed down some of the people who stood out to me a lot.
Guys, she's prepared. She's prepared. So yeah, like sino pa ba? I
Oh
remember.
yeah, Hello, It's Over,
Mhm.
Arcanist,
Mhm.
Saboy. Yeah, those are some of the standouts that we have.
Oh, that's great, and I hope they see them into the future and uh, how newborns is gonna fold. So anyway, that's a good question. How is newborns actually gonna unfold? What is the plan? What is the system? Can you give us a little bit of a preview of what's gonna be going on after these tryouts?
hmm Well, after these tryouts, we're gonna gather all the information we have from the tryouts, and then we will announce it probably this Sunday. How like what would be the drafted teams, and then of course we're gonna let the players know like how are we gonna decide like, hey, which team do you go, right? Because like what's important is that people get to play with the people they trust or feel comfortable with, and then after all of the teams are established, uh, what's good is that we're offering coaching as well. So you can get coached by master players who are willing to like guide these teams and then help them develop. And then afterwards, at the same time we're also gonna do tournaments weekly so that we can really uh, so that everyone has a chance to like go up against each other in a really competitive setting.
Oh yeah, so WatchOver PH really thinking to build into the future for the community, and honestly, those are all great plans. If you're gonna make a team, you do want to have some mentorship. You also do want to have a field to actually compete in, and we'll see what that's gonna be folding for us and what's gonna be showing to us into the near future. But speaking of that, it seems like we are gonna get started with our first game very soon. We do have 12 players on the field. Inorisu, Flash, Donut, Salta Rex, First Shi on the blue hand side. And in the red, it's Kenshin, Akagi, Oily Beer, yet again, Saboy, Ikoi Salad, and Maldita. So we'll be obviously seeing that Junkrat. But the real question is, what are going to be potential picks against Oily Beer, or in general, are going to be potential picks for our players? But what have you noticed? Is it more of the meta, or is it more of the comfort here for our players here in this setting?
More of the comfort. Because like actually when you're in the lower ranks, meta doesn't really matter that much because not everyone has the synergy to play meta because that's what meta relies on the higher levels. But if you just play what you can carry on, and you will win your games and you will climb and your team will somehow win. You don't have to have double shields, and to be honest, double shields is kind of tiring right now, so it's refreshing to see something different.
Yeah, I don't even bother with live anymore. PTR is where it's at because double shield is dead as a doorknob. Well, you can still play it, but you can't play it the same way, the slow way now that you do. You can get protected, no sir, no. Everything cracks on down. Speaking of the crackdown, though, am excited to see what these guys are going to be offering for us. I'm expecting some Genjis, some Doofus, some Junkrats, maybe a Tracer or two, and don't forget a hit scan always going to be in the cards. I haven't seen much Widowmaker, honestly, in our newborn tryouts. Widowmaker, of course, not really the most what do you say, easiest hero to play. If you get that shot, then you are amazing. If not, you are absolutely useless. Compared to like Soldier 76, it's training wheels for our players. McCree as well, there's lots of room for error. Ash, you can still play. You can hit that dynamite in the air, then you'll be able to understand just the basics about it. And Bob, of course, is a grand master player, that's for sure. Top 500 even. And finally, you know, Hanzo, you can always just rely on the arrow. So I would want to see some more of that. I would want to see more of those kind of picks. I want to see a Widowmaker. I want to see some Far play. I want to see some Sombra as well. I know those are heroes that are harder to play, but if some of these guys can actually play that, they already have such a good springboard to build into the future. So our teams are getting ready to go. We got 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 supports. So how does the process of getting all these players go, Bun? How do you actually get this balance ready to go?
Well, first we make sure we fill in the people who are from their respective divisions. But of course, right now we're actually in a bit of a shortage. Surprisingly, there's not much DPS trying out tonight uh from bronze to gold. So we're gonna borrow couple of players from the plats and diamonds just so we could fill in the slots and make sure it's still balanced based on the overall team skill.
Yeah, it's actually, it is necessary in those situations. But anyway, it seems like it's time to get started. We are gonna start things off on Oasis for map pool number 1. This is 1 out of 3 in our 2-set map. Once we're done with the set, we'll go for the giveaway and a short break to get into the other bracket. So let's get into this one, guys. Newborn's blue on the blue hand side, Newborn's red on the red. And give me a rundown, Bun. Who's playing for whose team?
All right, so for newborns blue, we have Risu, Flash, Donuts, Saltarex, First, and She. And then, so Inarisu and Flash are the tank players, DPS are Donuts, Saltarex, First and She are the supports. And then for red team, for tanks, we have Kenshin and Akagi. DPS is Oily Beer and Savoy. And then the supports are Ekoi Salad and Maldita.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
what kind of salad is Equi salad? Is he a toss up? Is he a Caesar? What kind of thing? Does he come with chicken? I'm not too sure, but he is gonna be playing that Mercy. In the meantime, guys, our map pool will be Oasis, Hollywood, and Anubis yet again. If you watch from the 2 weeks prior, it is gonna be the same old, same old. But now we are gonna see, of course, the signature Junkrat here from Oily Beer going for the transition already, flying up in the air. In the meantime, I like this pick out from Salt Rex. He knows the Junkrat is coming. Gonna go on the Farah instead. And Bun, what is the interaction here? Farah versus Junkrat, a classic matchup. How does it actually unfold?
Well, the fire just really needs to keep poking that. Oh, damn! Oh, that's an instant death.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, just like that. You know,
There you go.
it's so easy to catch out the Junkrat like that.
Yeah, Junkrat been really gonna struggle to actually get those hits as you are flying on up. And Saltarex bouncing onto Oilibeer, getting that takedown. The Farah showing his stuff, winning the type advantage. It really is flying versus ground, and it's not very effective. Sword and Shield gonna be showing up on Overwatch in this one, the blue hand side, with the initial capture. So Doofus Farah, interesting comp here for the blue hand side.
And I can see that red team actually got a hit scan so that to try and counter that Faro.
Yeah, really do need Saboy though to get those hits. pressure Saltarex, but he is playing that Soldier 76. Not the most potent one. You'd really have to be consistent with your shots. You can't just rely on chip damage, especially with that pocket there, courtesy of She. Donuts though, bouncing around, trying to get to the other side. In the meantime, Saboy looking to get in position. Here we go with the halt, courtesy of no Ryusu. Flash on that Stigma as well. Double barrier apparently here for the blue hand side. And in the meantime, interesting comp here for Team Red. Rock Barrage though, courtesy of Saltarex. He's gonna be peppering that one into oblivion. Saltarex with a takedown, flash with the rock onto Akagi, and another good matchup here for the blue hand side. What do you think? What kind of swaps does Team Red need to do?
I think, well, knowing that Oily Beer is most comfortable in Chunk, maybe Akagi should swap to maybe Diva, because it could work in this scenario, even if it's double shields. At least the Diva could actually matrix that Pharah and like dominate the air a bit.
Yeah, it's really just the Pharah completely uncontested right now, and they even go for the Reapers. The only one who could really deal with the Pharah at this point in time will be that Ana, unless Akagi can get close enough. Needs to strike though from Donuts. He's trying to get a ring on it, looking to get to the other side. Uppercut right now, but he's in a bad spot. And Oily Beer in his element, gonna get that takedown. Still, the Junkrat, not really the best hero in this map, but he's gonna go for the C9 special.
Oh.
Oily Beer gonna get to in the face. The Pharah Mercy flying way too close to that Riptire, and as Icarus gonna fall on down, supercharged though, as well as the Flux. And the blue hand side, good combo so far. Looking for Kenshin, 50% max HP is big damage, but Oily Beer gonna be spotting this one on the inside. They go, big mistake here from the blue hand side, and it seems like Newborn Shred does get the flip as Saltarex watches from above.
That was a really good team fight there. Even though blue team used a bunch of ults as well, they still couldn't hold the point.
Yeah, it's just, even with the ult advantage, just Oily Beer bailing out yet again with that Riptire. And it does really go to show in this skill level, Riptire is one of those abilities that are so strong. The higher you get, the easier it is to deal with that. But honestly, Oily Beer has been showing he has been creative, he's hiding, or if it's an in-your-face Riptire, he can get that to blow up quick as can be. Anyway though, Kenshin right now, Supercharger is available. We haven't seen much of the tank play here from the red-hand side. Akagi close to that Graviton Surge, but it's a one-for-one trade, and no reason Flash already set up onto the point, going for the shots. Supercharger not here from Kenshin, but Saltarex coming on down yet again. This has been the Pharah having the best show of her life. Oily Beer with the total mayhem, but the Rocket Barrage trying to get from behind, and it's time to hit the rockets yet again, courtesy of Saltarex. That's gonna be Flash though, getting that takedown, and it's stagger here for the red hand side. Oh, sneaky Saboy, it's your boy Saboy hiding on the side, trying to go for the fade on away with that raid form, and he's doing the 4-1-1 in this radio station. But Donuts gonna be going around, will get that takedown. Nana boost, Rocket Barrage. It's time to make it rain on the desert fields of Iraq, and the blue hand side should be able to take this one. Bun, can Team Red do anything by this point in time?
If they could touch the point, but they're not gonna make it.
Oh no, Kenshin going the long way around, and I guess it's traffic even in Oasis. 100 to 7-3, not a bad showing. But really, the hero match types, it seems like people have figured out how to deal with the Beer Man. So anyways, we are gonna get into University this time. And Bun, what do you want to see from University? It's a different kind of map type. It's a lot closer. What do you expect in this situation?
Well, usually I like to see Reaper and Mei here, or even just like a Mei, but I guess they might just keep doing what works for them, you know? And maybe swap from there.
Yeah, true. Interesting composition for the red-hand side though. They are gonna play Orisa Reinhardt, and usually in this comp you need that Lucio with you, unless you are gonna play the slow style, which Equisal and Maldita are gonna go on. So this is the other variant of an NA composition. It's slower, you try to march with your fortifications, but then with that Pharah Mercy, they can literally run around circles upon you, and there you go, Saltarex gonna get that first takedown. It's akin to a very fat obese goats, and they can't really make it to the other side. High ground taken here by the red hand side, but with Saltarex, oh no, he's all alone. Where's the Mercy in this situation?
Yes, the Mercy should always stay with the Pharah no matter what.
It's honestly a pocket. It's a symbiotic relationship. Now Kagi hiding on the side, and it seems like the red hand side not really knowing how to play this composition well. What they need to do is get in the face of their opposition. They're hiding by their barriers. They should have no fear. They have Reinhardt. They have Orisa. They can just march on forward and get those takedowns. Finally, Ikoy Salad apparently gonna be the spearhead of that one. Oily Beer here though, gonna get that takedown off the first. He's the first one down. Flash gonna be a flash in the pan. And here we go, the red hand side with that capture. What do you think about this, Bun? How is the red team making this work?
Yes, because they're taking it really nice and slow, especially just using those shields well timed, and you know the Symmetra, she really does a good job breaking down their shields, so that really puts them at disadvantage. And the moment the Pharah's gone, no one's there to destroy those shields.
Yeah, and I like this here from the red hand side. They finally group up. Coalesces though here from Maldita. Good move from Saltarex, but Maldita taking care of Flash. The Swigma cannot stay in the face of that beam. Just Kinetic Grasp doesn't work. It's like a little bit of that DM action. Oily Beard though. Riptire yet again. Double kill already, pretty much what you expect from the guy. Here comes Flash now back into life, and back into the grave he goes. For the red hand side, now popping that photon barrier, using that Riptire as well as that Coalescence. Good cycle so far here from Team Red, and they are looking to dominate in this map.
I have to say, I think the red team has a really spammy comp. They just like throw all the damage out there, so like no matter what picks the blue team gets, they just... Whoa, whoa.
Oh, Saltarex Nano Barrage! I love that there! Just so decisive from Saltarex and first. No one seeing it coming, and especially in these lower leagues, if you have a set play that works immediately, that you execute on immediately, you will catch everyone by surprise. So well done at Saltarex as well as first. Let's see if we got that on the replay. There you go, double kill to start things off, and just a complete cleanup in the front. Strike available, as well as that Flux here from the blue hand side. Saltarex looking for a dart or two. Rally here though from Ikoy Salad, and they are trying to go for this push, but Kenshin holding that shield up a little too long. They can use the station system to go for the Orisa shield. Here we go, Peter Strike though from Donuts from behind, and gets the punch already. Trying to bully the Orisa first though. Takes care of Olivier, getting his revenge. Shatter from Kenshin, not gonna hit anything but his face. And the blue hand side right now, able to just let this Pharah do its magic. It really is the flight of the Concords here for Team Blue. Saltarex just playing this Pharah really well. And do you think Saltarex has picked up this Pharah just to deal with Oily Beer, or is this something he's been playing so far?
I think it's something he's been playing for a while, because he's very good with his rockets and the aim.
Yeah, it's just spamming, and he does get this good pocket here from Shi. The blue hand side really having some good chemistry so far. Riptire though, courtesy of Oily Beer, and again, a double kill easily done. No one able to clean that one up. Here we go with the Nano Barrage yet again, and Saltarex cracking the shield, takes care of two, staying alive so far, does get three. Can he get more? Gonna get topped up there by Diana, and first just keeping the sideline game strong. Now dive grenade onto that Reinhardt takedown is there. Solid play from Fars here from Diana, as well as the Pharah, the two Egyptians walking all on them over. And yet again, another good defense. Nano Barrage, a win condition in many norms. Just winning out here for the blue hand side, but the fight not over yet. Akagi coming back online. Supercharger is available. Here we go with the Flux from Flash, and he's gonna get the lift onto one. Apparently, Olivier though gonna fall on down. Charge out of desperation, courtesy of Kenshin. And as overtime ticks away, here we go with Chi flying on around. Damage boost, as well as the Supercharger packing a huge punch. This is a lot of numbers games, and this is a lot of factors to come in. 1 + 1 = 2. Everyone dead on the red hand side, and Newborn's Blue just needs to take care of that Junkrat, as well as the Symmetra to take the win here and now. So boy, too slow will get taken down, and what a clash there in the end. Solid fight there, Bun. What were really the big game changers in that last fight? Yes, you're ready. But yeah, speaking of that one,
oh,
yeah, there
no.
you go. I just asked what won them the game, and I guess we saw it on the play of the game. 43 eliminations there for Saltarex, 75% kill participation. That's a win in my book. So well done there, Saltarex, and first, honestly, Solid effort with the Ana and the Farah, knowing that the Nano Barrage is gonna get them a lot of return. And good on for the blue hand side, playing that double shield. So how can the opposite side improve into the next game? Even though we're gonna be shuffling the players, what can we take away from that previous matchup?
I think the teams really need to work more on counter picking because really the fire was just too free. Like the only times that the fire died was when he wasn't getting pocketed. But then I was so impressed by first because as an Ana he actually carried a lot uh throughout those fights. So uh like I'm just like all praise to first because like I'm pretty sure Salterex wouldn't have performed as well if not for all of those and those nanos. So yeah, actually with that said, maybe they should have someone who could uh maybe go flank the Ana player because when the Ana's so free, like she'll just do so much for her team.
Yeah, it really goes to show when you get those sidelines, you can get those takedowns, you can get the healing, and that was a far with around 6 HP by the tail end. That one that was so precarious there for Saltarex, but honestly, first saving the day, she as well doing a decent job on the pocket, but sometimes there are a few lapses there that you'd want to see your Mercy be there more or less. In order to and Flash though having good chemistry, Kenshin and Akagi, I feel like their hero pool maybe overlaps too much, so we'll be seeing them on opposite sides instead. As we move into Hollywood, it's going to be Kenshin Flash, Oily Beer, Salterex, Square Enix? It looks like Square Enix. She, on the blue hand side, Inoryusu, Kagi Donuts, Saboy, Hello It's Over, and Moldita on the red. And everyone is just swapping around their voices here on the WatchOver PH Discord. They're all in the voice channels. We're keeping it fair. We're keeping a little bit of that surveillance onto them just in case, so we can know that they are the ones actually playing. So have you actually had any issues like that, Bun? Have there been any issues that they're apart? It's like not someone from PH or it's a Smurf or something. Have we been on that for the past few sessions?
Oh, you're asking if there's ever been a Smurf
Yeah,
joining these
yeah,
tryouts?
yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, of course we are. As for watching, sometimes there are moments where like,
Welcome to
wow, that person's
Hollywood.
so good. Almost like
Oh,
they're
too
too
good.
good.
Too good. Oh
Yeah.
no.
But it's
Selection
hard to
complete.
say because like they're playing against people on their level, and it's not abnormal for people to sometimes stand out in their own competitive ranks or in their own games. So, I mean, in that case, I think it's just the blue team had the more winning synergy, and uh, more people played well against the comp of the other team.
Yeah, true, and true. I can really see this. These guys are trying to improve. And honestly, again, just all being on that
Ready for
Discord
battle.
means a lot already. To just keeping everything as clean as possible, just watching out for any potential issues, and at the same time, trying to just build a community along the way. Remember, guys, Watch Over PH is just looking to
Attackers
just
incoming
build
in
on
30
what is
seconds.
there already, as well as keep the community more in sync or alive, as well as support it as much as possible. It's really good on them. Anyway though, defense here for the blue hand side. We are gonna see the Junkrat, of course, from Oilibeer. And Saltrex moving over to the McCree this time. He's like, okay, Oily's on my team. I don't need to play Farah. Let me play that hit scan just in case we see the same thing on the opposite end. How about the attack button? What you got here? What is the attack? Is this really for real? For the attack? Offensive Bastion, what do you think about a setup like this, especially in this kind of skill bracket?
Well, that could actually work. I've done that before. I even played the Bastion. This could
Ooh,
actually work if they just set up at the right place at the right time. If
yeah,
they just need to bunker up.
yeah,
Okay, but they messed up there.
they messed
Akagi
up.
died too soon.
They've been messing up already. So in a offensive bastion comp, guys, it's very important to turn into sentry mode. Donuts was way too long on recon, just running around, no one really setting up for him. So someone needs to say, okay guys, we're gonna put up camp here. It's time to take a break, take a breather, and shoot everyone along the way. Oh, Oily Beard though will get caught by that halt. Beautiful stuff from in over to Yusu, and that's an easy takedown. Oily Beard trying to get on away with the concussive mine. But Donuts making a mistake, falling on down, and without the bastion, what is his offense gonna come in through? It isn't gonna lead into anything. Saltarex instead with the double kill so far, and the eye field down. Is this gonna be a stall here? And over to Yusu though, turning into that DPS thanks to that app matrix. Hello, it's over. Going for the shots with the Batiste, but here comes the bastion back into the fold. Can he teleport in time? It's so close. Gets to that high ground. He's trying to get in position, but here comes Oily Beer, and he has the Riptire available. He's coming from the side yet again. Saltarex with the flank. It's time for the grenades. It's time for the tire, and it's time for the win here for the defense. What a show there from the blue hand side. What went wrong for Team Red, Bun?
For one thing, they should not have dropped off the high ground. The shield placements could use a lot of work, and the DPS, they got caught out too early.
Yeah, especially that Bastion. Without the Bastion, then what is your comp really gonna be doing? Your other DPS isn't gonna be enough, especially in terms of your setup. And the 2v1 scenario, just so difficult in those situations. Anyway, Saltarex though, on that high ground yet again, going for the shots after shots after shots. And really looking to crack the shield. Akagi and Ryusu going to more comfortable Ryan Zarya. And I've noticed this in the past tryouts as well. Ryan Zarya is something everyone more or less knows how to play from the start. It's something everyone is familiar with, but it's a 2-for-1 trade. Here comes Donuts, trying to charge up that punch. Akagi, 32 HP, topped up by Maldita. The Coalescence is available. Can the red-hand side force things out? Here comes Olivier yet again. The Junkrat quite low already. Gets the trap onto the Reinhardt, breaks the shield, and is trying to go for the chase, but it just isn't enough. Donuts instead having a time of his life on that high ground on the back line. Gonna be Coalescence here now from Maldita. Akagi, and they get a kill onto Olivier as well. Here comes Saltarex though with that dead eye, and it's gonna be the McCree on that high ground yet again. Neora Yusudo spotting out Tazari. That's a takedown there and dead. Coalescence here from Skurix, looking to kill Saboy, but Saboy hiding up on top, trying to make it rain. Grenades keep on coming, but no damage whatsoever. Double shield. That's the problem with Junkrat against double barrier. You're not really gonna be able to get damage in time because your splash isn't going anywhere. So Bun, what do you think about right now? What can the red hand side do? They're coming close to 4 ultimates. How should they play this out?
They gotta go for a really good combo here, but I think the tanks really need to create more space for the team.
Yeah, Olivier though with that Riptire wants to go for the Reinhardt maybe. Hello, it's over. Goodbye, good sir. But Donuts yet again getting on the board. He's the one fragging out here for the red hand side, trying to bail out this offensive. And Saltarex brought back into life just to get punched in the spine, paralyzed unfortunately. But Flash right now gonna go for that. Oh, it's Meteor Strike here from Donuts rather, as Flash has the flux available. Here comes Saltarex, gets the stun. Donuts is disengaging, looking for another opportunity. It's very close though, as here comes the flux, courtesy of Flash.
No, not touch. No.
No touch whatsoever. Good play there from Flash. He gets the flux, forces everyone into the air, and Donuts doesn't realize he has to touch, isn't able to do so. A C9 forced out by that Sigma. And what a defense there, Bun. For the blue hand side, what were really the big factors that allowed them to hold for that long?
Well, they never really gave up too much space. They kept the pressure up all the time, and then you had Salt keeping his position on the high ground, but he always knew how to pressure, no matter what position they're in. He would flank, he would go to the high ground and get some really good shots, and I think they're just a really good combination. You have a really good hit scan paired with a really good projectile player in Oily Beer. So, and not only that, but the Kenshin, he was a pretty good Orisa because he always had really good shields to protect his team there.
Anyway, so boy though, gonna go for that sim, and really that does make a lot of sense with that double barrier just protecting. And the big factor is that attack bastion not working. They made that big slip up not just once but twice in those crucial minutes that they need to actually be in position and get the Gatling gun rolling. If your bastion is not in sentry mode, what are you even doing with that comp? It's not gonna work. Falling down as well as the bastion, big no-no. A little bit of combination of Kenshin going for that halt as well as just a missed movement there after that teleporter. The blue hand side needs to work on that, but the red hand side rather needs to work on that. But speaking of the red hand side, they are gonna be on that double pillar composition. It's been a while since I've seen Torbjorn and Symmetra together. What do you think? Will this work in this lineup?
I don't think so because with Oily Beer, he already Junkrat already counters this lineup, so he just needs one solid Riptire, and okay, we're getting.
Yeah, you just jumped into it. You saw that one? The Junkrat decides it's time to get in the face of the turret, but the red hand side getting in the face of the opposition as well. Oily Beard though completely ignored. Here comes the Torbjorn. Donuts finally coming close, and Torbjorn honestly has a lot of good tools in his arsenal. The overload as well as the left click, right click. But it's very, very delicate. Akagi though catching out Saltarex. He swaps over to that Flora. It's time to see double projectile here from the blue hand side. It's gonna take a while though, but how can the attack respond?
Okay, so all they need to do is just stack up ults. That's the win condition here. And it's actually great. They have 2 projectiles. They'll easily break the shield somehow. And they'll be able to destroy all the turrets in time. So once all of red teams clumped up together, they just need to go for a really good combo with all those bombs they have.
That's so true, and they even have the halt to set things up. But it seems like they're just going for that coalescence, and Flash able to get the splash damage to take down 2. Donuts behind them, not really getting the damage done. Here we go with the Riptire from Oily Beer. Knows the Orisa is all alone in the order use, turned inside out, turned into scraps and bolts. And here comes the Molten Core, though. Donuts trying to get that glaze onto the ground. It's not gonna be enough. Kenshin the only one. Honey dipped into that. Gonna turn into a munchkin, but overall, Hollywood, a quick one there. The blue hand side taking less than 2 minutes to win out the map. Well done, well done. And it really was a big defense there from Team Blue, allowing them to figure out how to make their attack happen. So in these scenarios, Bon, what do you think is easier to actually run? Defense or attack? What needs more coordination? What needs more work? That kind of question and that kind of line of thinking.
Defense. If you just have a good defense, then you'll be confident that on your attack, you just have to work together and get really either good picks or stack up your ults, and then you'll win instantly. So I think it lessens the pressure for them.
Yeah, it's so true. And it's like, okay, so we got a full hold. We just need that one tick, and it's enough. It's enough that we can just make things work. It's enough that we don't have that pressure. We cannot lose, and it really is a lot of confidence. It does shake off the offensive. It's like, oh crap, guys, we weren't able to actually get to the other side. We weren't able to actually play the map, and this is do or die. There's that really sinking feeling. There's that pressure, and in more often than not scenarios, it really does affect your gameplay in the first place. But yeah, well done there to the blue hand side in that matchup. It seems like we are potentially going to get a little bit of that shuffle action yet again. And yeah, so far, Bun, whose has been highlights for today's first 2 maps?
I would say Saltarex, and then also uh also first Kenshin too. I think really good Orisa there. For me, they're the 3 standouts. Oily Beer, we already knew that he's good, so I'm not surprised.
Not surprised with that Junkrat, but he is getting a little countered there and then. But now we are gonna go into Temple of Anubis instead. Map number 3 for this matchup, for this bracket. So let's get into the action right away. The Desert Sands of Temple of Anubis already gonna be dusting onto our newborn squad. And in the meantime, ladies and gents, you're gonna have another match set as well after this one. That's gonna be 3 different maps as well. That is, was that Ilios or Busan? But there was also King's Row as well as Volskaya. We'll get confirmation into that one later on. But COA, Bun, what are proper defenses here? What are we actually gonna see in terms of the compositions?
I expect to see maybe a Bastion on defense. Really good here. Uh, you could probably see a Doomfist or Reaper. Also great for flanking. And but since I see that Oily Beer's team is defending first, I'm sure we're gonna see the Junkrat, but this is the perfect map for him. And I can see that Saltarex has a Hanzo here, so this could work out nicely for both of them.
I feel like the Hanzo Junkrat is really a good comp to actually run in this scenario. You can just spam as well as you can get that high ground advantage. Saltrex and Oilbeer looking to work together. And this might actually work out really well here for the blue hand side. Anyway though, we have Saltrex backing on now trying to get on away. In the meantime, he's going to be playing to the center. Interesting tactic. He wants to just play behind the shields, not really get pelleted by the rockets there from Subboy. Subboy playing that Pharah, knows Oily Beer. He's going to be on that Junkrat, and it's time to make it rain from above. So the Hanzo, the priority target here for the red hand side. They get the Hanzo, it's an easy target to get everyone else, but Saltarex, steady hand, pulls the trigger, gets the kill, loosens the bow, and it seems like he is the archer in blue in this scenario. High ground though, taken here by the red hand side, and this looks good here, but what is the importance of that position in this matchup? But hold that thought, as here comes the Doomfist from Donuts. Subboy as well, just going for the rockets yet again. Flash getting that kill, and no reason to with the counter, and he's trying to set up the shield yet again. Hyper Sphere is getting some good value with the splash damage. Rock onto the Orisa, but there's the Fortify already from Kenshin, and Subboy coming closer and closer to that rocket barrage, but it seems like it's unnecessary. The red hand side just running them over 1 minute in, getting a little bit of revenge in this scenario. So Bun, as I was asking a while ago, why was that high ground so important for the red hand side?
Well, it's harder for people to really flank since you can see all of the sidelines there, and you know it actually makes it harder for the Pharah to get close up on you to really spam those rockets. So it was really a mistake that they backed away there.
Seems like though they are trying to clean things up as Nobody gets that first frag, but Subboy paying attention, looking for Olivier, and we'll get that takedown. And here comes Subboy right now, just keeping the rockets going. Saltarex though, gonna get the kill onto Donuts, but it seems like someone's a fan of that pastry as Ecoy Salad gonna be giving up those carbs and calories, but hold that thought yet again. Rocket barrage here from Subboy, this time Olivier gonna get the frag. A station that target, easy to kill for the Junkrat. And speaking of the Junkrat, trying to hide from the side, messes up the concussive mind, but it's okay because he has the Rift Arc coming online, gets the blow up onto 2, coalescence from Skrillex, a little too desperate, fading on away, gets stuck. Saltarex gonna get that takedown. And where did it go wrong there for that offense? What was the tipping point that the defense won that fight?
Well, for one, the Mercy shouldn't have been caught out there. Maybe they should have shielded her and during her rest. And also, the tanks weren't much on point. From the red side, they should have been more on point.
Yeah, it really is important that you are protecting your team. As Flash right now looking to just make the play himself, goes for that. Flux already does get 3, but it isn't really enough. He's all alone on the point right now. Where is Kenshin in this scenario? Finally coming close through the bridge. Donuts though takes care of Saltarex, gonna go for a punch in again. He tags down to Sigma, but it's not a kill enough. Subboy though on that Soldier 76. Healer Rockets connecting onto Oilibeer. Wants to go for She this time. Can Donuts get that takedown? Supercharger set here by Kenshin. Akagi did the same, but he got taken down pretty much immediately. And now the only frag here is courtesy of Saltarex. Deadeye, will it be enough to crack the shield? He charges way too long. Flash gonna get the kill instead. And this is Team Red. First tick taken already. Time back, dwindling on down. But they will need to deal with Onoreisu. Desperate Wrecking Ball to try and go for the pile driver. And he's rolling on away at the speed of a snail. He's really stuck in his waist and stuck in his position. And Donuts right now going for the punch in again. Saltarex doesn't blink in time. But I like this here from the blue hand side. They go for an aggressive dive instead. Akagi and Onoreisu looking to stall as much as possible. Coalescence from Skrillex. He's just stuck thanks to that giraffe, but that's 2 frags already thanks to the supports. Well done here to Skrillex with that Coalescence. Flash now with the flux. Doesn't hit, you know what I used to, but it will be enough to get that takedown still thanks to the punch. And now, last-ditch effort, the Tracer falls, and a flat 3-minute time back here for the red-hand side. What an offensive there. Whew. That was a long fight, Bun.
Yeah.
Really,
Red team had really good target focus.
and honestly, in leagues like this, and you can honestly see it also in the highest of the high, but 2CP is hated for that single reason. Spawn advantage is very strong for the defense on point B and very weak on point A. So it is such a push-pull thing. You need to be ultra decisive on that point B in terms of the attack, but compared to point A, where you can just be a little more lax at it, will take a lot longer. So good stalls there from our tank line. No reason knowing to swap into that Wrecking Ball, realizing the situation, but still it wasn't enough. The red hand side, double barriers set up properly. They were getting takedown after takedown, and the Doomf is actually getting those side flanks, getting those side punches, throwing everyone into the wall. Anyway, no defense here right now for the red hand side, and this is the Sim Junkrat pairing. Interesting. So simple but Anubis. But do you know any of those Sim spots that you can actually do a different defense if you're running the teleporting hero?
Well, you could go on the high ground. That's on the, if you're looking at the point from the spawn, you can go to the top left high ground, or the top main,
Yeah,
right
both
where the tanks are currently set up here. And yeah, that's actually pretty much about it.
Yeah,
You
you
always
take
go
that
for the
high
high ground.
Interesting though that they are not gonna do so. Subway instead gonna go for that teleporter all the way behind. So these teleporters are more or less utility, but oh, an Ryusu, beautiful boop! Gonna be able to get that Sim and the Orisa. Unfortunately, not enough of that follow-up. And usually, once you get that boop, that's pretty much just so. That's why you want to play that Wrecking Ball sometimes on example of Anubis. Anyway, though, Kenshin coming on back, takes care of Saltarex. It's time for the fusion cannon to hit its shots. Oily Beard to the high ground, making the grenade, some grenades, and looking for a target or two. And Ryusu though backing on now. Here comes Akoi Salad, going for the top up. Biotic Orb toss yet again. Akagi though with the big beam. And with a big purple beam, he's just flinging it around. And Oroisu now, Pile Driver gets 3! He's close to those mines, but Donuts is just blowing everyone up to Kingdom Come, Dynamite, CNC, all the explosives. And the Coalescence here, so Skurix might be able to fend off this attack. Big ultimates coming here for both sides, Bun. What do you think is going to be a bigger factor? That Riptire or the mines, and how?
I say the Riptire.
Yeah, Riptire is just so effective. It is so easy to secure those kills in these situations. But speaking of the kills, it's time for Inorisu to try to go for the mines. Now, usually you want to go for a setup, and oh, Inorisu takes care of 1, make that 2! And it's 3 kills so far here for the blue hand side. Good setup play here from the Wrecking Ball. And it seems like Kenshin forgetting to fortify yet again. Well done to our Wrecking Ball player. Going for boop after boop after boop, channeling the cheeks, and able to get that second tick already. How do you actually counter a Wrecking Ball like this, Bun? What can the red hand side do to adjust?
You need to get either a Mei or Anna or a Brig. Anything that could stun this Wrecking Ball. Sombra's really good too.
Yes, playing that Sombra, honestly, on point B, Temple of Anubis, not a bad choice. Oh my god, Inorius, 3 HP. Didn't have the shields in time then, but the Riptire apparently just not enough. Gonna need that top to go Oily Beard right now. Triple kill! It's the fireworks in complete display here from Oily Beard yet again. 2 supports, 1 Sigma. Not the best kind of show you want to watch, but it is gonna be the Colossus available here from Maldita. Saltarex gonna take care of 1 Oily Beard as well. Not one to be left behind in the explosive barrage. And speaking of the barrage, here comes Saltarex with the barrage itself. Flash in the air, beamed down by the Coalescence, but still the Saggers are online. line. Eco is salad right now, playing that Valkyrie game strong, flying around. Now it does wind on down, and the life of the Mercy gonna get no regard whatsoever. Donuts though picks up Saltarex, and that's a big pick here for the right hand side. They have the spawn advantage, and if they can stall to get a numerical situation, they will be able to win this out. Donuts now 2 frags on the void. Olivier though killing him. Squirtex right now takes care of Balzita, and over Rizu with a pile driver yet again, and that's overtime 6 away. No, it's actually not overtime, it's just a good test right there. My bad on that situation, but Kenshin hiding on the side yet again. Here comes the boy now, dropping on down. Might step from Rizu, not on the right side, it's on the left instead, as Supercharger here from Kenshin might be enough to stop things. The Wrecking Ball and the Mercy together yet again. Soltarex frozen on down, but he's still alive somehow. Subboy instead blown up by Olivier. Coalesces here and now, courtesy of Squirtex, and here comes a pile driver yet again. The Wrecking Ball trying to set things up and knock things down, but here comes the defense finally getting a foothold onto the points, and this might be game over, man, for the blue hand side in this scenario. But she not giving up, not giving in. That's Olivier back into the fight, and he'll try to reach the end as the Riptire is coming yet again. Does take care of the Moira and the Doomfist. Big pick so far here from the Junkrat. Taking care of that Doomfist has been the biggest issue, and that's another tick taken here as Olivier drops the flash. Savoy can't get close, and a long fight yet again, but the blue hand side with the advantage by 3 seconds, man. 3 whole seconds. Wow, what a fight. Any takeaways there from that long ass engagement?
Well, uh, that was a really good stall from red team, but somehow blue team survived everything, you know? Even after their Zarya player died, like everyone just came back and then finished off the rest. So I think in the end, what happened is just that blue team, they had more ults that were building up, while red team, they were just doing everything they can to stall, but they didn't have enough ults to clean up the fight.
It's so true, and so true indeed. Just not enough. A really good stall, honestly, from that Doomfist. Donuts getting some clutch picks. And both sides so close in terms of that time bank, so it's all good in the hood in this situation. It's a pretty even matchup. So we go again, guys, into this one. So this time, in this scenario, Bun, who does have the advantage? Who will be more confident coming into this? Who will actually be able to win out the whole map?
Looks like we'll finally see a Widowmaker from
Oh.
Saltarex.
Oh, I like this. Here for the blue hand side, Saltarex playing that Widow. And we were talking about a while ago, if he gets some clean shots onto Subboy right now, almost gets that takedown. But you want to hit that head forehead and get that takedown there, and then Donuts playing the McCree instead. But damn, oh, apparently I hit the rhymes, and that is gonna be the time that Saltarex gonna get the headshot onto one, make that too. Widowmaker uncontested. Oh boy, the red hand side gonna be in for a struggle if they don't leave if they don't go on Saltarex either. Leaving him alone is not the answer. Another headshot here. Bun, Widowmaker. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, finally some good food.
So some good, clean Widowmaker to show on up in the first place. Look for pickoffs, look for takedowns, look for enough of that setup. But still though, Saboyra swapping over to the Widow, and oh, Saltarex taken cleanly off. His head is gone, but she able to get some duct tape, put it back together yet again with a duel once again. And this time, Saltarex gonna win that one out. She can go for the res, but Saltarex under the rest. Donuts coming in from the side, and that's a 1-2 punch there from Team Red. Olivier though with the Riptire wants to go for the Sig, but takes care of the Moira as well. And this should be the defense holding yet again. Desperation res. Oh, it's gonna be a DC there from Oily. Unfortunately, he gets the Riptire, and then he's like, peace, I'm out, it's time to go home. There you go, guys. So we're having a little bit of technical issues. We're gonna be waiting on for Mr. Olivier to come on back in just a bit. But in the meantime, you know, well done so far on this defense. Just the Widowmaker making such a big impact to start things off in the first place. In the meantime, we are just waiting on. So what happened? What happened to our boy Olivier? He was doing well so on this game as well. Every single time he has that Riptire, he's able to secure some kills. and really swings things in favor for his team in so many different scenarios. So what now, Bun? The blue hand side does defend this fight, but they are down one member. It will take a while for Olivier to come on back. Is this an opportunity for the hand side to regroup, go for a divey composition, and try to take that point?
Well, we wouldn't really want to put one team at a big disadvantage. We'll have to look for someone who could. Oh, it looks like he's back.
Yeah, he's back, but he will be coming in from spawn. That's what I mean. It's a 5v6 scenario. As soon as the red hand side regroups, can Oily actually make it in time? Or is this really the opening that the red hand side can take? They have that Doomfist, they have that Widow. If they're not really dealing with the Junkrats, they can just march forward and go for proper positioning. And really, in these instances, sometimes you just want the spawn to put you back where you are. But, it is what it is. We're waiting now for Early to come on back. In the Widowmaker fight, though, what have you actually noticed between Saboy and Saltarex? Who has the edge, and who's really using their positioning better than the opponents? What are factors that are winning these Widow duels out for either side?
I mean, I think they both have really good positioning, but though perhaps I think for Saltarex it would have been better to be on the low ground just so to use more of the cover. So I think Savoy was smarter by just staying at his position where he could peek around the corner and protect himself from the other widow. Oh wait, oh sorry, it's the other way around. It's Saltarex. I mean, at least Saltarex has the wall or that pillar to cover his sightlines from Savoy's Widowmaker.
True, true, and so true. Just those sidelines. We saw the barrier game a while ago actually coming in favor for our boy Saltrex so far. And at the same time, he wasn't able to get that shots. So in the end, it was Subway getting that pick off. Surprise, surprise. But he was back into the fold using that map geometry, trying to hide, trying to stay safe, and trying to stay alive. Able to do so till Donuts came in from the flank instead. But anyway, Oily Beer is trying to come on back. He did take care of Flash and Skurix, both of them dead already. Valkyrie pop here from Eco Salad, and I know he brought back Flash, so this is gonna be a desperate time here for the Sigma and the Mercy. What do you think, Bun? Should they fight, or should they just lay over and die?
They should just lay over and die. The longer they stay near the point, the longer their team will get staggered and lose the time bank. Actually, I think Oily Beer will be able to come back in time. Especially, he just used his ult, so even though he DC'd, technically he didn't have much ult charge left over to begin with.
True, true, and true. So it's solid so far for Oily. Pretty much the best of both worlds. If you're gonna get these seed, at least be able to get the Riptire out and about instead. So far so good here for the defense. They're able to hold on, they're able to defend, but you just miss Oily dearly. Where are you? My boy, Oil Beer, where are you at, brother, family, friend? We just need to wait for the guy to actually show on up in the first place. So, Bun,
Mhm.
after this one, we are going to be into the Plat to Diamond bracket instead. So, what are you expecting? What are you hoping for? What do you want to see into the next matchup?
Mhm. Uh, well,
Yeah, there's so many possible things. And oh no, we got some DC. We got a DC as well. Donuts is down. Get down, Mr. President. 5v5. Is this back to a MOBA? But yeah, back to my question, Bun. What do you want to see? Like, we know there are other players coming online. There are other players who are playing other heroes. You know who's gonna be coming in thanks to our player pool. But what do you want to see? Yeah, we can always be wishful. I personally want to see more Widow. I also want to see maybe some Sombra action to see if their decision making is on point, and maybe some Roadhog with those halt hooks instead of trying to go for takedowns. I haven't seen much Lucio as well. No one really going for those proper speed boosts.
that's true. I mean, I hope to see Lucio, May, yeah, Sombra, uh, and yeah, more Widowmaker. Like maybe we might see someone do double sniper.
Yeah,
I
true.
think. Oh, and maybe would be nice to see a BAP somewhere. You know?
A BAP. Yeah, we saw a little bit of that BAP a while ago, but it didn't really pan out as well as we'd expect. But now we just oh no, Donuts got kicked. That's so sad. Donuts come back. What
Oh
happened to Donuts?
no.
What happened to Donuts? Oh no, he's back. So I think I think we
Uh
are
huh.
gonna have a mid game substitution as Olivier cannot come back. Apparently, I think that's the situation. We're just getting confirmation from our admins, but it seems like Akashi gonna be into the matchup instead. Gonna be going with Saltarex. In the meantime, Saboy and Donuts are both ready to go. And yeah, we're just checking out how the setup is gonna be 303 on the time back here for the blue hand side. 133 on the red. They're trying to come on back. They're trying to go for this. So don't forget, guys, after this matchup, we're going to go for a little bit of that closer and then go for our giveaway while the stream is still going. Now, remember, we are on a stream delay as both sides are going and ready to go. We are on a stream delay. So the moment you hear it on the stream itself, I'll be ready in the chat to actually show on up, and we're gonna be doing the giveaway through the Twitch chat itself. It's not gonna be on my stream. I'm gonna be saying, okay guys, it's time. I mean, I'm gonna say, okay, time, guys, it's giveaway time. Really pay attention to that too. And the moment it shows up, then I will show up in the chat, turn it in, put the question, go for slow mode, and we'll see who our first winner is gonna be. But anyway, we're trying to find out who's gonna win here on Temple of Anubis. Savoy and Saltarex having that duel yet again. And there are many situations that Windows just tunnel and decide to face off against each other. And there you go, both Akashi and Donuts having the right idea. Takes care of opposing Widowmaker. Surprise, surprise, gets the flanks. Here comes Donuts right now on the Saltarex, but Akashi this time playing the same. Akagi, Graviton Surge, going for the Orisa as well as that Moira. Oh, the Mercy though of Igor's Valid so low already. Will get taken down. 41 seconds left here for the offense. And the blue hand side able to defend so far. A good impact already courtesy of Akashi. He starts things off strong. He's ready to go. He's going, using this as warm-up, but it seems like he's on fire already. And 3 seconds remaining. Nice pick. You were saying, Bun?
Oh, I was just gonna say, red team might still have a chance here because they have a couple of ults coming up.
Yeah, true. The Flux is going to be coming online here for Flash. Genshin with that Supercharger and maybe the Meteor Strike as well if Donuts can get a punch or two. Wants to go for the Genji. Flash though with that Flux already. This time Genshin stepping onto the point in time. As overtime takes away though, Akashi already with a double kill Swift Strike. 1-2 targets. And he's coming on back from behind yet again. He's close to that blade. And someone's going to be proud of this guy as here comes the sword. It's time to let it rip. Everyone already dead. And the blue hand side able to full hold this time. Well done here on Temple of Anubis, learning from their mistakes. And it's time to come on back. The blue hand side on the offensive. Akashi able to make a big impact as he turns in to our newborn Tryouts.
He just he came in just like literally 1 minute ago and he already got his blade. That's impressive.
Well done there to Akashi. Just so potent on heroes that he's very comfortable with in these familiar grounds. So Akashi, double kill with that Swift Strike, basically using that as a chain, understanding pretty much where to go on, where to leap on in those scenarios. But now, it's time to see a little bit of a different composition. Maldita actually whipping out the Lucio, probably heard us while we were talking about this. And it is gonna be a full dive composition in terms of that DPS and that Lucio in the Wrecking Ball. Now I do want to see Akagi go on to that Winston or Diva. In the meantime, she gonna decide to play that Mercy. So Saltarex decides, okay, go to the Pharah. So it's a half and half scenario. They have the dive, they have the Pharah Mercy. We'll see how this is gonna go. But it's a little iffy to play only the Lucio on the ground. Will this actually work fun, or will they struggle to start things off?
I think they might struggle because the only one really benefiting from Lucio is Akagi's Zarya.
Yes.
Everyone else can go at a better mobility.
It's a little iffy right now, but we'll see. I for one do not like the Mercy Lucio pairing. It has been very awkward since the beginning of Overwatch. There's so many different pairings, there's so many different heroes you can actually run instead. But here we go with the rockets from Salta Rex. Flash though with the first frag, takes care of Maldita. The Lucio all alone, not really how you want to play the hero. You have speed, sure, but you're not the tankiest person of them all. Donuts though on that low ground. Kagi getting taken down. Flash, way to kill onto Noryusa as well. And to the high ground, Donuts goes, popping that revolver. In the meantime, Akashi looking to charge up that blade, but this is the problem. Why don't play Genji against double barrier anymore? Who is going to be the target of your shurikens? Absolutely no one. It's taking a while for Akashi this time to get that blade. He's only on 37%, and he knows if he switch strikes in, he will get punished by the McCree. But another good loop there from Minoru Yusu. Takes care of Subboy. We see the Symmetra flying into the distance, and that is going to be a takedown there. Soltarex getting on the board yet again, and finally the blue hand side penetrating the defense. Air shot onto the Mercy. One more hit will be enough. Pile driver going for the chase down and the takedown, but still no one dying here for the red hand side. Minoru Yusu, Akagi both quite low. The Wrecking Ball trying to get on the way, gets the shields in time. Here comes the chase courtesy of that Moira, and Skurix gonna get that Coalescence ready to go. Flash blowing himself up, and that might have been a bait and switch scenario there. The Moira going for that Wrecking Ball, not getting that kill, getting punished instead. Deadeye here and now, but Donuts apparently gets a double kill from the side. Akagi instead with a chase on down. Get down, Mr. President. The blue hand side making it happen with just the dive composition. Well done. They take the win, and that is our first set. Bun, come on, give me a rundown of that session before we move into our giveaway break.
Oh, you mean the whole set of maps or
I
just
mean,
that one game?
So for Anubis first, and then the whole set afterwards.
Yeah. That was a pretty good defense by blue team. I think, yeah, going for that dive was really effective because, you know, Risu keeps getting people in a bad position, and that just leaves the red team
Simple
open
arithmetic.
to Saltarex's fire rockets. And not only that, but I think the healers on the blue team were actually better than the ones on the red team, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're just able to have more value in these scenarios, and well done there. Good for Kashi also filling in out of nowhere. So before we get into our giveaway, guys, Bun, any closing thoughts for that session? You know, MVPs or anything you need to get out before we get into our plat to diamond bracket?
Yeah. So some of my top picks would be Saltarex for sure. I also liked the first person, the one who played Anna, but unfortunately they only played for one map, but still did great on Anna. I also like you know, Risu's wrecking ball, surprisingly effective. And then I think I think we also I think Kenshin was pretty decent too. So yeah, those are the people who really stood out to me. And let's see.
Yeah, well, I
That's
agree
about
too.
it.
Yeah, I agree too. They're pretty impactful and well done, especially those surprising picks. I love the wrecking ball from Inoa, knowing when to actually play it out. Donuts was effective on pretty much what he was playing, but Saltarex surprising everyone, starting things off strong with the Pharah itself. So we'll be right back, guys, for our next matchup. It is going to be Plat Diamond. It's going to be 3 different maps as well. And by the points, I say this on stream, we're going to be starting the giveaway on the chat. So stick around for that. We'll be right back. I'll see you guys in the Twitch chat to see who will be our first winner of the OWL tokens. Welcome back, guys, and welcome yet again to the Newborns Tryouts. And this is the match number 2, Plata Diamond this time. It's gonna be on Ilios, Kings Row, and Volskaya. Congratulations to Flonin taking that first win in our Owl Token giveaway. So Bun's gonna be handling that. So she's gonna be sending you guys a DM soon. And don't forget, we are gonna still have one more giveaway later on. So please be in the chat. Please be ready to go as soon as the match up ends. So we really just want you guys to give back to you guys rather, and we want to see if you guys have been paying attention. I've been checking out the matches in the first place, and well done there to Flo. I saw some guys being like, "That's the Metro guy, that's the Metro guy," but we were looking for the name. We were looking for the name. This is like Jeopardy, ladies and gents. We were looking for that naming convention, and we got it from one person. So anyway, we are going to be getting into our matchup really soon. We have a full lobby ready to go, and it's going to be Inorisu Flash, Akashi Chronos, JDC, and Red Rose on the blue hand side versus Kenshin, Miku, Donuts, Metallica, Duelist, and oh, speaking of, it's Go with the Flow coming back in here for Team Red. So Bun, what are you expecting from this kind of matchup? Who's going to be playing? Who's going to be showing up today? And what kind of picks should we expect from our players?
Okay, let me see here. Sorry, just need to familiarize myself with some of these new names, you know? Can't say for sure, but since it's Ilios, I expect at least someone to go Lucio. Maybe someone would go Anna. Maybe we might even see a Pharmacy, whichever map comes out first, you know? And an Orisa too, just for those really good halts into the well.
Yeah, it really goes to show. Getting people dropped into the well. Easy clap, 1, 2, 3, get that takedown. What else is there? You have Lighthouse, you have Ruin, so Snipers, May, Farah, a lot of different picks here on Ilios. And looking at the players right now, I see some Genji mains, I see some Farah mains, I see some Ana mains, I see some different kinds of heroes we might be expecting. We might see some Bull, we might see some Zarya, we might see some Sigma yet again. It's gonna be really interesting in this matchup as we go yet again into map number 1 of 3 in this set. This is going to be the Plat to Diamond one. And don't forget, guys, the Newborn Squad looking to build 2 teams of 2 distinct brackets just to help out, just to be able to keep everything rounded. You know, you don't expect a bronze player to beat a diamond player, but if you see something in them, you want to give them the field, you want to give them where they can actually thrive, grow, and get better. So the blue hand side and the red hand side looking ready to go. I'm pretty excited to see some Ilios, and it seems like it's going to be a lot of fun to check this one out. I feel like this might be more of an improvement in terms of those kill secures as well as those clashes ending a lot earlier. Compared to Temple of Anubis a while ago, it did go 2 rounds because those staggers on the second point just dragging on and on and on. But now it's time to go back into our roots, go into Ilios, blue and white. Gonna be showing on up. It's gonna be a BO3 yet again. Bun, are you ready to go for our next matchup?
I'm ready.
Yes, let's get into this one. And it's gonna be Inorisu, Flash, Akashi, Chronos, JDC, and Red Rose on the blue hand side. In the meantime, on the red, it's Kenshin, Miku, Donuts, Botanica, Duelist, and Go with the Flow going yet again. So Ruins to start things off, is this gonna be Widows, or is this gonna be some double barrier to get in the face of the opposition on the point? Bun, what do you think? What are we gonna be seeing in terms of those hero compositions?
Here, I think maybe they'll go for dive.
Yeah, dive might be played. Yeah, maybe. Ryan Zarya always a potential thing, and there you go. Apparently, Ryan Zarya might be the show, but ooh, the red side. I like this. There could be that NA comp yet again, Orisa Reinhardt, and it's a Lucio on as well. Dual Fist, interesting enough, and it is going to be a Widowmaker to boot. So maybe just maybe looking for that sniper picks, looking to find those potential shots. In the meantime, Bun, here for the blue hand side, what do you think of this comp? It seems very ground-based, especially on the tank line.
Round 1. Capture the objective.
It's pretty meta comp. It could work.
Yeah.
And I think the Hanzo might be able to deal with the Widowmaker.
Potentially, if Akashi can get it close enough, he might get some value against Botanica, but it's time to see who can take the W into this one. Will it be Team Blue, or will it be Team Red? Fire Strike, oh, immediate halt there from Miku. Unfortunately, Kenshin a little too early on the trigger figure. If Miku went for the halt first, and then Kenshin the perfect Fire Strike, that's a lot of charge going for that Reinhardt. Might get that Earth Shatter in time. Big anti-heal though from Duelist, makes it go to the other side, but Kenshin all alone charges, will get taken out by Red Rose instead. To the point, goes the Orisa, and no Orisu hiding on the side. Kronos though, coming on back, that's a Reaper. Speaking of the Reaper, Jonas falls on down. And with Kronos with that proper flank, holding that left flick strong, shotguns keep on firing away. The blue hand side on fire gets the starts of Ruin. So well done there. What really went on there? What brought the blue side that victory?
Oh well, Kenshin, he charged right at them, so he left himself really open.
Free kill right there. But now it's time for Donuts to try and go for that flank, looking to get a pick over too. But Flash already on it, gets in the way, coalesces though from go with the flow, and he's trying to keep the tempo here for the red hand side. Looking to push forward, here we go the shields yet again. Good hold there from Noriusu, and JDC with the later coalesces. Now the blue hand side with the advantage, they have extra healing and damage going on, but who cares about healing when Duelist hits the anti-heal yet again. Red hand side of Duelist staying on the right, and Anubis is available but can't win the fight against Kronos. Akashi now swapping over to that McCree, but it's Donuts and Botanica. Oh, and Botanica swapping over to his signature Pharah instead. I've seen this guy more and more. Flash though, aims on up, gets the rock to connect, and Donuts with a very ambitious Death Blossom, 13 HP. Just one more shot for Akashi here to save the day, Powerpuff Girl style. It seems like Team Blue able to hold yet again, but the giveaway, the points being taken for free this time by Team Red. Flux, Death Blossom, Sound Barrier, all available here for the blue hand side. Supercharger coming online as well. Red Rose though, Sound Barrier to start things off. A very aggressive endeavor here. And Kronos from behind! Death Blossom, it's just pretty much Barbie and Swan Lake taking a Death Metal turn. Kronos getting frag after frag yet again. And that's a quick retake there. What can the red hand side do to scout that better bun? That was just a complete gimme in that scenario.
Well, right now, I think they're having a hard time playing around the Rhine. Yeah, the Sigma Shield's just so much better to play around. And I think they might go here for a Nano Barrage.
Actually, Nano Barrage has been a strong win condition so far, but the Coalescence fending this off. Botanica with the Rock Barrage, eats a rock, eats the shots from the Ryusu. Kenshin with the Shatter, there's the halt, almost gets dragged along yet again, gets the boop onto that Reaper. But now with 94% here for the blue hand side, the red team able to get 2 picks on the board. They're gonna be Red Rose out in front, Donuts now with the flank, but he's so far away from getting that Death Blossom, and Akashi gonna get the headshot instead. Deadeye coming online here for Akashi, and oh, Team Blue just winning that one out in style. Even they gave up that point once, they were so decisive in taking it back. So what is the edge here for Team Blue? Why are they winning so well?
I would credit it to Kronos. He's doing a terrific job on Reaper. Just getting good flanks, and he's also eating up that Rhine. That Rhine is like he's just a prey right now, and I think I can see that they're swapping off the Rhine, which is good. So maybe things will change up now.
If you're not comfortable with the Orisa Rhine, you just need to understand that it's a playstyle where you have to run into your opposition. If you're not gonna do so, then what's the point? Just go for that Sigma instead. You can be a lot more protected. It's meta for a reason. It is a very brawly comp, and it works out if you're an aggressive kind of style player. But for now, we go into Lighthouse instead. Far Mercy between Botanica and Duelist. I want to see this more from the red hand side. They have a good power player in Botanica, so they should be able to just support them along the way. Duelist already doing so. Gonna go on that Mercy instead, going for the pocket, going with the flow, playing the Moira along the way. And this is Miku jumping on to the point itself. Orisa and Winston together yet again here for the red hand side. Not really the most conventional pairing. They're making it work though. Botanica in his element here on Lighthouse, goes for the boop. JDC saying goodbye, and that's Red Rose clinging onto the side, but it might be time for the reset instead. He's stalling, he's staggering, and he's done for the game. So the red hand side with that initial capture. What really are the factors here that they're able to win out at the start? That Pharah potentially just unstoppable here. Anyway though, Botanica flying on above yet again. Miku on that Winston still. And just think to note, go with the flow on that Moira. He isn't playing from PH, guys. He is Filipino, but he's not really in the country right now. So that latency issue really bugging him from time to time. Can't really swap over besides that Moira. And maybe that Lucio later on. Go with the flow though. Go for the top up. JDC vaporizes the opposing Moira. As the blue hand side now, 2 frags on the board. Sees Duelist, gets the melee. JDC showing up, becoming the DPS instead. But Donuts instead gonna put a hole into him in the middle. And speaking of a hole, it's gonna be Splat there. Red Rose turned into base. 3 frags on the board. And Donuts feeling it, feeling so confident, allows Akashi to get that flashbang. But goodbye, Akashi. Already going for that reset. Chrono's quite low, getting hampered. Gonna fall on down as well to take a little bit of a dip. And that is just a Doomfist popping off there, but the red hand side now completely in control of this matchup.
Yeah, I'm really getting more and more impressed by Donut's Doomfist.
Yeah, triple kill out of nowhere, getting hit after hit after hits. And this time, Flash trying to get in position yet again. Here comes Ryusu right now, looking for the barrier play. Double barrier set on up, Botanica, no rocket barrage from behind. And that's 2 frags on the board, but Akashi on that hit scan. Easy takedown there. Now wants to go for the Mercy. Headshot, doesn't have that flashbang, but Akashi steady hand pulls the trigger, gets that takedown. The blue hand side right now onto the point yet again. Flash hitting the barrier with his rock, but this time Akashi yet again in position to get that shot. And you cannot sleep on this guy with the revolver in tow. Anyway, no Ryusu though. Looking to set up, double barrier is here. And looking to just bother Mechanica along the way. Now, with this Orisa Sigma composition, Bun, where do you really want to set up in the face of that Pharah Mercy? Is this a proper spot here for Team Blue as they channel that Deadeye? Oh, easy takedown there by Akashi. But as I was saying, is this a proper spot, or do you want to be somewhere else on the map?
I think it's fine. Like, just shield wherever the Pharah is coming from. You just want to protect your team from all of that spam damage.
And it really goes to show, if you are able to protect, you're gonna be able to get the free shot like what Akashi just did. Press that Deadeye, winks at them too, and with just that swagger, gets those kills easily, no cover whatsoever out in the open. And really, the McCree gaining value in this scenario, especially in this spot. Akashi now takes care of Miku. Still, they're playing with Orisa. I feel very counterintuitive. What do you think about this tank line, Bun? Do you think it'll work out, or is it really unsynergetical in this scenario?
Yeah, it's a bit lacking on synergy, but you know, they have the old advantage. Actually, they should just go for it. The tank gotta go in with everything they got.
Yeah, they gotta try, that's for sure. And to the point they go already. Coalescence is tossed, JDC, and going to flow, doing boats. Donuts right now with that meter strike. Miku making that primal range count. Just because we hit it on the Winston, apparently that's what he's gonna get instead. 2 frags on the board here for the red hand side. Flash though with a bailout. Flux, the Fortify is on point there from Kenshin. Supercharger in position as well. Here we go, Mechanica, rocket barrage from the side. And it is a happy new year here for Team Red. They're able to get the flip. And based on their percentage, they might be able to take the map outright. There has to be a quick one here from Flash, as well as Red Rose. No way home, no one close. Akashi with the takedown, but it's too far away. And this 93%, the sweet spot, to not allow that overtime to tick away. What a start here on our second matchup, guys. On our second brackets. As close as can be there on Lighthouse, and we are gonna go into Well. Bun was talking about this a while ago. What were you saying about Well? What's so important about this map?
Alright. Yes, environmental kills. I want to see some really good basketball here.
Yeah, it's time to go for that slam dunk and maybe just a halt or two getting value yet again. So we'll see how this is gonna go as Akashi gonna be on that McCree one more time. He's been showing up with McCree, honestly. Very, very potent, very, very effective in many, many scenarios. In the meantime, Pharah Mercy here for Kronos as well as Red Rose. I like this mirror matchup. Gonna be going for the duel up in the air, especially with Well so open in the first place. Anyway though, Flash on that Roadhog goes for the halt hook, but doesn't get it. Instead, he gets halted! And that's the first one there for Kenshin. Mechanica taking the kill credit though. Thank you for the right hand side, flying in the air yet again, and in a Pharah versus Pharah matchup bun. Up in the air, Botanica of course having the disadvantage has to hide away from Akashi. But what is the biggest factor to actually win out as a Pharah? How will the air advantage work? How will the level game work? And what is the biggest factor of getting the kill?
I've just as Farah, just keep going for some good angles and
Ooh.
like, oh wow.
Yeah, speaking of angles though, that's Kronos getting that double kill, but Botanica using the windmill to your advantage. You don't see that one often. But as you were saying, as the blue hand side going for the capture, they have control of this, and they do get that take. As you were saying, because it's a very important matchup at the crux of this whole map.
Yeah, so I was also gonna add that even if the Pharah is fighting another Pharah in the air, it's important they could keep pressuring the ground, so they could make the other Pharah useless in that sense.
Yeah, it's so true. And Kronos using the fact that Akashi is right behind him, allowing pretty much wherever he can go to be safe compared to Botanica, who has to hide by the windmill. A while ago he got that kill, but here we go with that die right now. Botanica looking like plastic instead. Getting taken down there and no use even clean up Duelist after the resurrection. And this is gonna be another stall here for the blue hand side. All they need to do is step on their corner, and it really is just some boxing matches here and now between the two Orisas, getting absolutely nothing done. Kronos instead goes for the swoop, and like an eagle eyeing his prey, gets the call and gets that takedown.
I'm taking care.
So well run. Well is really a distinct map, to say the least. You hide on the side with the Orisa, and that is your defense. You literally get your feet wet with a pond. You step just a little bit as Red Rose now with the Valkyrie. What do you think about this map? Do you think it's a fair thing? Do you think that the game has really gone away from this kind of map philosophy? What do you like? I want to hear. As a Rob brought you from Kronos right now, just saying that the right hand side is out of time yet again. 2 frags on the board. Here we go with Botanica though up in the air. But as I was saying, you know, this fight is gonna take a while to actually get anything done as Kronos is dominating the ground.
I mean,
Yo.
I think well, it's a really fun map, but it's really hard. Like, if your team doesn't know where to rotate or position.
Oh, Holtz, goodbye, no Ryusu after the poop, 1-step, 2-step, but it's still not enough. Overtime 6 away. And I can just say here right now, what the big problem for this matchup. It's a 100-0 here for the blue hand side. Unless the Death Blossom, never mind, it's not gonna happen. That was very, very ambitious, and that was too close for comfort though from Akashi. Red Rose though falling on down, needs that Guardian Angel. There's the Winston now Beacon on the right hand side. And let me just say this is a watch right here, right now, ladies and gents. The fact that Akashi existed against Botanica allowed Kronos to do whatever the hell he wanted. And the blue hand side, well deservingly taking that win. Akashi and Kronos working so well together, and they take Ilios well by storm. Well done there. The Reaper for the right hand side not really working if they're not really gonna push in the first place. And Donut's not getting much done. Death Blossom here from Kronos though to get play of the game. Yeah, that's the show. What do you think? Do you agree with Bun? What else can we say about well in that scenario? Yeah, it's like that's
Well.
it. well.
Oh, I didn't intend that pun, but oh well.
Yeah,
So
sure.
what I wanted to say is that I think Miku playing on Winston, I think should have swapped as soon as possible, because the Winston pick just wasn't giving enough space, and Akashi was so free there, and then the Roadhog, it just keeps pressuring the front lines, and everyone's so scared to actually move forward, or at risk they would get hooked into the well. Uh, I think the team there that won, I think they just really took advantage of all the environmental kills they could actually get.
That's so true. And besides the environmental, it's just Kronos literally having the time of his life in that game. Completely uncontested. Akashi putting in some really good work on that McCree. It was a 1-step, 2-step thing. It was both of them working really well together, and that DPS duo absolutely dynamic. But for now, we are gonna get some swaps. It's Inorisu, Miku, Shiver, Kronos, Go with the Flow, and JDC on the blue hand side. And in the red, it's Kenshin, Flash, John117. Hey, Halo's coming out next week. I already bought it. Botanica, Red Rose, and a Duelist. Into King's Row we go. Now here on King's Row, Button, I feel like tanks are the most important. If you play that Ryan Zarya or that Ori Sigma, you can really dictate the flow of this specific map. It really is the DDoS 2 of Overwatch, and it's very, very clustered, very close, and very tight. What do you think? I feel, for me, better Ryan Zarya will take this map. How about you?
I totally agree. This is like one of those maps that, like, despite all the meta changes, like Ryan Zarya has always just worked on this map, you know? And whoever really is yeah, I agree. Like whoever's really better at pushing it, and especially imagine
Now
if they
entering
put an Ana in
King's
there,
Row.
just get a nice nano, and then the other Ryan would have the upper hand.
Yeah, your powered up gets in there. And here we go yet again, King's Row! One last time for the newborns tryouts. This is the third folly we have gone into. 2 times the week ago prior? No, the other week ago prior. And this time, one last show. Anyone who's trying to make Habbo, anyone who's trying to catch up for the newborns tryouts, this is their last chance. This is their last chance, and they are trying to make themselves shine to build into the future. So yet again, King's Row, love this map. Everyone loves this map, basically. I don't think I've ever heard anyone say I hate King's Row. It really is something you can rely on. Old, reliable, always fun to see. And in many cases, if you have an open map tool, it's just, okay, what map do you guys want? King's Row, Legion Tower, that's the show. How about you, Bun? Especially since you're playing with a team, right? What are really your favorite maps? Like, if you are given a choice, what would you guys as a team choose?
Yeah, I would definitely choose Ilios. I also love Lijiang Tower, and I also love Gibraltar. Like those probably are my top 3 favorite maps.
Yeah, some old school maps right there. Gibraltar, no, I haven't heard people say about much Gibraltar. It's a little controversial sometimes, that high ground, low ground kind of thing. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm okay with it. For me, I say King's Row, Lijiang. I love seeing Rialto. I love seeing some what do you call this? Some Zorado as well. But here we go with the punch already from Botanica. So here for the right hand side, let's actually look at their compositions real quick. Double shield as well as the Doofus Reaper. Complete meta here for the right hand side. And surprise, surprise, that's Botanica getting the punch onto Inoa Ryusu as well as go with the flow. He's knocked away from the eye field, will get taken down. And we were talking about this a while ago, Bun. Apparently, we are gonna see the meta today as the right-hand side deciding to open the textbook of Overwatch 101 this patch, this month. And Metallica gonna be playing that Doomfist, leading the charge. Red Rose with a good coalescence within the sub 1 minute mark. Well done here to your Team Red. And what are the chances for Team Blue right now? Will they have to swap to a mirror composition?
Maybe they could, but I think they could actually hold this much better. There's a much better choke they could work here.
Yeah, with their composition right now, I feel like the only one suffering in this scenario will be Shiver on that McCree. We'll see if he can actually get some value against that double barrier as well as that Reaper. But still no reason now, holding fronts. Hammer swinging away, Shatter is available. But here goes the Flux from Flash already. Blizzard though in tow, well done here from Kronos. Trying to get a takedown or two, but apparently it's just a zoning ult instead. JDC right now with the Coalescence. Here we go with the Shatter, and it's 1 kill here for the blue hand side. Will it be enough? Kronos evening the odds, gets a second kill, looks for Metallica, gets the freeze on the Lupus, but what a move there from Duelist! Good map awareness here from Arlucio, and Kronos this time suffering from his own success. The ice wall isolating the Doofus allows the takedown there, courtesy of the punch. And this is what we're talking about, the meta just holding strong yet again. The blue hand side had the best chance to win there and then, but it just wasn't enough. How did that go wrong, Bun? How did that go wrong? Was it really just the ultimates not being as effective as it should have?
Perhaps. I think they had a Mei. They still had a Mei there. I think the Mei needs to cut off the enemy team more, you know? That's the whole point of the choke.
Yeah, Blizzard, they really had 2 escapes. Everyone was able to get on the way. But it seems like Master Chief right here, right now, takes care of Kronos. Going for the Fade on the way to the right-hand side. Go with the flow, potentially a target. Shattered there from no reason though. But here comes Tulas back on his feet. And the Sand Barrier on the 6. This is gonna be the right-hand side, looking to just dominate. Shiver, gonna be feeling the chill of that one. That Blossom is available, but the right-hand side knows the fight is over. The fight is done. The fight is won. And it's time for the snowball to turn into an avalanche, a torrent tide here for the red hand side. They're just dominating this one. What needs to be done here for Team Blue? Will it have to be a real mirror, or will they just roll over and die? They have to play this out a lot better. They need to get more value there from that shatter for that follow-up. But it really just isn't working against this double barrier.
Yeah, I think they would have to go do a mirror comp if this one fails again. It's good they have their own Doomfist now to go in there, but
They go for it. Shatter though, Nana boost up as well. In the meantime, John went for that Death Sauce behind, but Chronosphere, oh my god, it's Sona. A Coalescence from JDC. Gonna pick that one off. I mean, we're seeing Halo, might as well whip on a Dota 2 reference or 2. Shiver though with the uppercuts, wants to go for the Risa, doesn't get it. But good shield there from Norisu, saving the day yet again. Like the Powerpuff Girls do. We have Sugar Spice and everything nice into King's Row. The blue hand side holding close. This is what they want to do. And a flanking Zarya might be in the cards. Will this work, bud? Graviton Surge. Drop it down. Goes for the Moira. That's the fade. And yeah, that's a problem right now. Doomfist and Reaper, as well as Moira, all having potential ways to escape. But Sonic is gonna get to. The Reaper gets that frag. Well, sure, the Doomfist has to get away before the Graviton Surge comes. He's very speedy. In the meantime, Raid Form and Fade allows you to get away from the Graviton Surge. Shiver getting tossed like a yo-yo, getting taken down. And yeah, this is looking really dicey here for the blue hand side. Sure, they're winning through crit in some fights, but more often than not, percentage not in their favor. Stats don't lie, and progress on the payload is not something you can discount. Coalesce is right here, right now. Someone needs to touch C9. No one even bothers. Ugh, heartbreaking. And well done to the red hand side. They play the meta well, and they swap over to the Pharah just out of nowhere, sure. But overall, that was just a complete one-sided affair with not superior play, but superior composition.
that's true. I think Go with the Flow had the right idea there, swapping to Lucio. It's just a little too late, so too late to build a sound barrier to defend there. And I think blue team, they could have maybe held out a lot better if they could have cycled their ults as well and done better combinations. Sadly, looks like at least one of them dies at the start of every fight, and they just get steamrolled.
Yeah, it's so easy for them to get picked, and Norizu is really trying as much as he can to hit those shatters, and he did so, but the follow-up just isn't there. He doesn't really get the proper angles due to all the antics of the Doomfist Reaper. It's just so difficult to move around. It's so difficult to play Ryan Zarya in this specific matchup, especially when they're playing such CQC, such crowd control, and such damage against those situations where you don't even need to put that barrier up in more often or not. So yeah, the blue hand side having just basically the type disadvantage in this scenario, but we are gonna see the same thing yet again. Ryan Zarya here from Norisu and Miku, Shiver and Kronos on the Genji McCree, and we were saying a while ago, whoever wins with the Bear Ryan Zarya will take the map. But what happens when you throw a wrench in those plans and not even play it at all?
Yes, well, at the end of the day, whoever could actually make the most of their synergy and just have better combination of abilities are going to win. It's meta for a reason.
So it's actually so true, but here we go with the 2-for-1 trade. Oh, it's a 2-for-2. The red hand side trying to defend, but surprise, surprise, a blitzkrieg here from Team Blue. Like they decided, okay, we're just gonna toss our bodies into the fire, into the furnace. Kronos trying to go for the 1v1, gets topped up, and that's a Sigma getting taken down. This is not what I expected to happen, but apparently the red hand side all bark this time and no bites. A while ago, they were looking pretty much the big dog in the yard. Vintantic is swapping over to that McCree instead. We're gonna see a McCree Reaper co-op here for the red hand side. Anyway, here go Flash. Gets that rock, go with the flow, overextending, will get taken down. And I see that a lot from many Lucios. They want to be like, okay guys, let's push. But then they are ahead first, so they don't really have the tankiest HP bar, and they get taken down. Usually you do that when you're looking for a play, looking for a boop on back. But it's so risky when everyone else is shooting at you. The blue hand side right now going for the push. Kronos with that Deadeye. Can he keep that up? Uses the payload as cover. Has to disengage. Red Rose though. Coalescence. Takes care of go with the flow yet again. Here we go with the hold on the Shiver. Miku quite low as well. Here comes the Biotic Orb bouncing around. And oh, Red Rose just vaporizing everyone. Every Rose has its thorns. And every time Valentine's Day comes on back, it breaks the bank. Red Rose coming online with that Moira. And well played there for the red hand side.
Hello.
So yet again, advantage on the Arcway. Bun, come on. Is it time? Is it time to see a mirror comp, or can the blue hand side make this happen? What's the verdict so far?
Okay, I say they give it a try here, but if they can't pull up their ults, yeah, they gotta go for their comp.
Ooh, Shadow there onto two duelists. Oh. Sandbagger all alone. He's not in position for that. And no, Ryusu, yet again, the hero in this scenario. Big Shatter on the side. Mechanica with the Deadeye catches out Flo one more time. That's the third time I've seen Flo just die on his own. He needs to work on his positioning a little better. But well done to Inoue. Ryusu, Shatter on the corner. And Duelist forgetting that sidelines are needed. Oh, Kenshin even getting staggered. That's a big hit here. The blue hand side gonna have a free push to get to that second point, bud.
That's a shame. Could have comboed that Bongo with the Blossom.
Yeah, they are trying to come back though. They might be able to contest that second point at the tail end, but there's a lot of space being given already. Do or die perhaps. And the Sigma losing the barrier already. John coming to that high ground. Master Chief trying to find a position or two. Can go for a sticky maybe, just maybe. Mechanica though back into the air. Playing that naked Pharah, doesn't need any mercy. And here comes John, letting it rip. The Beyblade spinning around on the mountain wheel. 3-4 frags on the board. And apparently just the pressure, the presence from Team Red enough to defend. What is going wrong here for Team Blue? I saw they had that blade and that beat for so long, and they didn't even bother with it.
Yes, I think they were holding on to their ults. Maybe they were waiting to combo the grab with the blade. And I think that's probably what they were going for. And he's afraid to use the beat in case the Sigma has his ult.
Yeah, so the beat's trying to go for pretty much that safety net. But sometimes you gotta go for that risky beat. You just want to win it out already. Also, if you go for that early beat, you can just run in and just make that flux upwards. So here we go with the flux. But it's really too late. Soundfire comes. Inoue is dead already. Shiver going for the beat blade, looking for a counter kill. But it's so difficult in the face of the rock, in the face of the coalescence, in the face of the barrier, in the face of everything, even the rock barrage just hailing on down. Here comes the grab and surge though from Miku. Desperate endeavor here for both sides. But in the end, Red Rose yet again standing tall. Just a flower refusing to wilt. And this is gonna be a taxi here from Duelist yet again. Seems like the red hand side, knowing the nuts and crannies of this game, they're able to understand every corner, every aspect, and they're really looking so good in this matchup.
That's true. Actually, I realize now what blue team should have done. They should have pushed even more forward when they had the payload in their hands. That way they could have prevented the tanks from setting up in the first place.
And we know, sees a second. Here comes no Ryusu, charges, does bring the Sigma along, and Flash gonna get turned into a Spark instead. Here we go with Supercharger, Kenshin putting in the pressure. Kronos now to that high ground, and he's really gonna go for that ambitious flank. Can he get the Death Blossom in time? Hesitates about it, drops on down, doesn't go for that Death Blossom though. I feel like if he only committed all the way in the back, might have gotten something done. But John instead, 2 frags on the board, and another defense here for Team Red. Is hesitation really the true enemy here of Team Blue Bun, or is it something else?
Yeah, they're not really sure how to push past this point, I think. And maybe they... Oh, I see that, you know, went Sigma now. Yeah, I think they just have to really go for a really good engagement.
Yeah, the Blossom though from Kronos and John. John channeling his first, and Kronos just jumps on top of him. Sapphire there from Duelist, not gonna be enough to save him, but still Red Rose and Mechanica able to get 2 kills instead, and Illusion now fragging on at 1, 2 kills on the board. Duelist showing that he's the inner DJ into this one. One last chance here, one fight territory. And the blue hand side playing this ground-based tank composition. They are looking to run over, but oh, Miku gonna swap to the Orisa at this point in time. Is it too late, bud? Or will this actually work out in their favor?
I don't think they have anything to lose. Flo needs to get his sound barrier, and then they need to clean up somehow. I think they need to focus, get ready for the Far's barrage though.
Yeah, exactly, the barrage. And that was a good shot there from Kronos, just waiting. But here comes Metallica, one shot already. Overtime takes away 1-for-1 trade. Metallica waiting at the wings, waiting for that sound barrier to end. And here we go with the rock barrage from above. Metallica takes care of one. Kronos not able to get the cleanup reloads, unfortunately. And finally, there's the kill for the blue Pharah. But the red hand side, 3 frags already. The payload just kept so close here by Team Red. Coalescence right here, right now, courtesy of Red Rose. Points on up, gets that takedown. Miku next, gonna be trying to get on the way. Slow but steady, wins the race here, and now JDC, Biotic Orb, gonna get that kill. And the only ones left are gonna be the Ball and the Soldier. He ran on all the way, big marathon sprint. The Diva getting creep blocked, not gonna be able to get that touch. And the red hand side with a very well-deserved victory. Meta, Bun, Meta wins.
Yeah.
What a surprise!
Well, I guess it's not surprising because it is plat diamond. It gets easier when you go up there.
Yeah, when you learn the game, you play the optimal compositions. And well done there to the right hand side. Beautiful attack. Good defense as well. Able to come on back. But I feel like the blue hand side just not taking every opportunity that was given to them. They had so many chances. They had so many ways to pretty much fix their mistakes. But hesitation, big enemy there. So yeah, that's the show. Anyway, we are gonna go into one more map, just a little bit of a reshuffle in terms of the players. But Volskaya Industries is gonna see that same 12. So far, we have seen so many different players, but we're gonna be seeing Volskaya Industry right here, right now. And my question is, who do you think is gonna shine here on this last map?
Who could shine?
Shine.
Yeah, I think maybe Kronos. I think Red Rose pretty good Moira from what I see. What else? I mean, currently those are the people who stand out to me, and yeah, it's been pretty consistent all throughout these games today.
Yeah, he has been such a factor in many scenarios, and overuse has been showing on up. But I do like John Metanica. That's duo, just so dynamic a while ago. Doomfist Reaper. Kronos was strong on Ilios, but a little faltering there on King's Rose. We'll see if he pick it up. Duelist though on that Lucio. Red Rose on that Poira, man. Those two really packing such a big punch. But this time, we're gonna see a shuffle. Norisu Kenshin, Shiver Metanica, Duelist, and JDC on the blue hand side. And here on the red, who do we have instead? We're gonna find out as we move into Volskaya Industry. Fun, take it away. Who's playing here for the red hand side?
Okay, red hand side. So we have Miku and Flash on tanks, John and Kronos on DPS, Red Rose and Go with the Flow on support. While for blue team, we got Risu and Kenshin on tanks, Shiver Mechanica on the DPS, and Duelist and JDC on support.
Absolutely true. And good thing that we do sort them by roles, so it's very easy to see in terms of the game itself. 2-2-2 yet again, showing its head, showing that there are so many different roles, so many different things that everyone can play in the first place. So after this game, guys, don't forget, we are gonna have that last giveaway, that last out tokens to show on up. We're gonna have one question. We're gonna give you guys 2 minutes this time, just so you have a little more time to try and recall. Anyway, we are gonna get into the fights. Defense here, double barrier yet again, Norisu and Kenshin. Knowing really the meta how it goes. Shiver gonna be on his pod pick, back on the Genji. Mechanica though, into the Pharah yet again. He has been showing up naked Pharah as well as pocketed Pharah. Both of them able to be anyhow effective. He just needs to deal with some hit scan or two, but that's already his job in that previous match. JDC on that Moira. A lot of healing here from the blue hand side. All about the top up game. No real utility because they're not playing Diana. They're not playing that Sin. In the meantime, attack Hanzo, Lucian Moira. We have a Reaper. So Hanzo, Reaper, pretty much meta comp. Besides Kronos on his DPS. Although kills come there. Rock coming as well. Kronos now takes out Duelist, and Metallica gonna be left alone. It seems like he's used to this though. Shiver instead taking care of Kronos, and now John gonna be the target. Switch right in, takes care of the Reaper, gets the reset onto the front line. He goes past the barrier. The Rock doesn't connect there, courtesy of Flash, and Shiver able to get away with that one. Phew. Such a risky play there from Shiver, but go with the flow. Coming on back yet again, gets that takedown. Metallica though flying on in the air into the skylines. He goes trying to get on the way. Coalesces up from Red Rose. Another quick one here from our Moira. 50 seconds in. Unfortunately, it doesn't get that one. What did you say, bud? Okay.
Oh, I think the Moira's ult got cancelled by the Rock.
Yeah, big Rock, honestly. Courtesy of Inovaryusu. But what do you think? Red Rose has been so on point, getting quick coalescences in this whole bracket.
Yep, that's a right way to play Moira. Just get coal as early as possible and keep your team alive. Easy for cleanups. Unlucky though. He or she didn't have the cover she needed there.
Yeah, so far so good here for Team Blue. They're able to defend all the way in the front line. And Julius right now going for the pocket. Oh, Mechanica though. Rock Barrage takes care of Kronos there. And then, in the meantime, the blue hand side flying up in the air. Easy escapes here for Team Blue. Mechanica has been so impressive so far on the far. Really goes to show he's so comfy on the hero. Was able to show off with that Doofus as well. Pretty much a contender so far in this newborn tryouts. In the meantime, Flash though, yet again on that Sigma. Takes care of a Shiver. This time he has the blade, but he doesn't have his life. Can Duelist go for the res? He's gonna go for it! Very ambitious, almost gets taken down by the Sigma. Kronos though, with the kill as well. And it's time for that supercharger here for the blue hand side. Coalesces though from Red Rose, again having it. Shiver right now with the Dragon Blade. He gets a cut onto Miku. Sound Barrier though, gonna pretty much dissuade the Genji from doing anything. On to the point goes Team Red. And with the raid form to try and get on away, the Coalesces right now gonna fade off into the distance. Kronos with a kill yet again. And do you feel like the Genji just not really getting as much value as it should?
Yes, that's true. That situation, I don't think the rest was really worth it because the Mercy left the Pharah out in the open and they ended up losing 2 people.
Yeah, and in many situations, in proper Pharah Mercy setups, when you go for that res, you gotta tell your Pharah, okay, back off, don't show up. It's time to take a break. Have a little, take 5, get a little bit of that coffee, get you good to go. Metallica though with the Rock Barrage, that's a 2-for-1 trade in order to with that Flux, and this should be a cleanup here for the blue hand side. They use 2 ultimates to a good degree, they're able to clean up the fights, they get 3 frags to make that 4 on the board. Metallica brought back to life, and a team kill there, well done here for the blue hand side. Let's watch that one again with that Flux. And as you were trying to say, Bun?
I think I also was gonna add that I noticed that Red Rose did a really good play there. She used his coal to destroy the Bongo earlier and help his team push.
Yeah, just easy takedown onto the supercharger, but just not enough. You can't really stay alive. Then I hear though from Kronos, looking for the charge, doesn't really get it. Big mistake maybe from Kronos, but John coming close with that Death Blossom, and it's time to let it rip. Inourayisu at the corner yet again. Shiver right now with the Dragon Blade, gets stunned up, gets the slash onto 1, makes that 2, but the first stick taken already. Shiver getting 3 on the board, will get taken down as well. Duelist going for the resurrection, but the DPI swap won't help you now. Headshots don't matter if they can pellet you from anywhere and everywhere. Metallica onto that Tracer instead. Here comes Kenshin, back to the point. The Tracer zipping along yet again. Inourayisu down for the count, and go with the flow, tries to escape, but now it seems like he's out of time. Pulse pistols just pulsating, even getting the stagger along the way.
Pretty good push there, but they just needed to all focus that Genji before he got all those picks.
Good starts, honestly, and just that Genji apparently does get the cleanup. I feel like playing that Genji is just so dicey in so many scenarios. Metallica though swaps over Junkrat instead. wants to play the ground game instead of the air because Kronos on that McCree has been a big pain. Big stun though! Did you see that one? That was Kronos as well as Flash going for stun simultaneous. Flashbang as well as the Rock. Getting 3 so far. JDC though with that Coalescence. And the blue hand side sustaining with some ultimates. They pop the Supercharger. They pop the Valkyrie. And pop goes the Weasel on the opposite end. But I feel like the red team should be happy. Wasting 3 ultimates on the other side.
Could consider this a dry push, and next they'll have 4 ults in their advantage.
Absolutely true. It's time to get one back yet again. Here we go with the Biotic Orb tossed onto the ground. Here comes Flash though. The Flux looking for a land on down. And in the meantime, here comes Metallica on the right hand side. Quick little bounces of those Hyperspheres. Supercharger though, gonna be coming online so far. No, it's going to be the Orisa shields instead. It's the Flux close here for no Ryusu. Metallica with that Riptire. And anyway, the blue hand side, going for that shield dance. It's very important to pay attention to where you're gonna be setting on up. Kronos though from behind! And unfortunately, Ryusu can get the kinetic grasp on time. They get 5 so far, and gravity will not become you as Ryusu lifts everyone up, but it's just too late. What a play there from Kronos. This time gets the proper flank. Look at this one, guys. On the replay, you see the McCree absolutely going. Ryusu absorbs the bullet for himself, but it's just not gonna protect everyone else. So heartbreaking. Well played from Kronos. What an absolute god tier play.
Truly.
Truly. That's all we gotta say. It's just when a McCree is left to his own devices like that, and you burn the cooldowns on the Rock, you burn the cooldown on the barrier, you force him to grasp, that's the show. You got this. Like, the only thing Anubis could have done better was grasp in front of his team. Like, everyone should have bunched up. But that's a whole team thing. If you use your Rock, you gotta pay attention. You also have to pay attention. The McCree's not here. It might be time to set up front on the behind, that kind of thing. Or at least put up a shield so we can push forward. And these are the little things that can separate the good players from the great, and the great players from even getting better. Just knowing the scenarios, knowing what to do. Having that game IQ is so important, especially in the local scene. It's not about coaching, it's not about doing your homework. It's when you're on the fly, you're able to make these decisions. And you can see the higher and higher you go, the better you go. It's all about making those things stick. But anyway, dive composition here now for the blue hand side. They're looking for blitzkrieg assaults. It really depends though if they can be anyhow effective or will they be beaten back. In the meantime, defense here for the red hand side. It's gonna be a far mercy button. What do you think with this double shield and McCree as well?
Well, they'll actually be to their benefit since the running Metallica's running a Mei here, and actually it'll be a little weird because the Mei would have to be speed boosted by Delusion to get in a really good position.
Yes, but they're making work. It seems like they're playing the old school Mei Reaper instead, but it's dive apparently. Unfortunately, they don't have enough barriers to protect themselves against the Pharah, and John just destroying that promising start. Metallica does get too sure, but now he has to deal with that Pharah. Oh, Metallica looking for a kill. Can he get the headshot? Quick little 1v1, go with the flow, takes care of it. No Ryusu. And yeah, even though Metallica stays alive, I feel like the fact that he's on this main, not really the best pick, not the best synergy here for his team.
True. And I see that Shiver has swapped to 3 different DPS heroes now.
He's private. He's playing versatile. Fun. He wants to show that I can pick other heroes too, guys. And he goes into that Pharah, wants to duel against John. He doesn't have that Pharah Mercy pairing though, so the problem here is he won't have that pocket. 2 shots and he's out. John 117 also getting back on the board. Duelist getting taken down there, and then Rock Barrage onto Ryusu. He's trying to get away at the speed of sound, and Flash giving chase. Oh, the Wrecking Ball going as quick as can be. And the red hand side able to get that kill. Was the barrage necessary? I think not, but it was a fun one to see Flash actually go for the chase down and get that takedown. There, Blizzard is available here for Metallica. Coalescence here for JDC as well. How do you think, Bun, that this is gonna get played out?
Okay, so I think whoever calls first could have the advantage.
Speaking of the Colts, they do come online. Blizzard here from the blue hand side as well. It's time for JDC to look for a target or two. And a leap on in there from Kenshin. Good sleep perhaps. Kronos taking a nap. Good spot there, Bun. As it's the Winston now going for the Taze on down yet again. Here comes Kronos. Free shots from the side. And will this be enough as Inoriusu goes for the pile driver here and now. Metallica gonna wake up into those mines, trying to get away. John 117 cleans up JDC. And oh, Kenshin just turned inside out by Kronos yet again. Every time a McCree has these free shots, you know what's gonna happen. And Kronos getting the freest shots of them all. I shot the sheriff, and apparently he shot the deputy as well. Flashbang right now. Botanica swaps over to the Pharah. Still though, would have been better, Bun, if the blue hand side committed on that dive to start things off, or are these swaps really what you want to see? What do you think? It feels very iffy. I feel like if they really committed onto one scenario, one strategy, it would have been better.
Yes, I totally agree. The Pharah would be so much better with a Mercy because it's not fair to Tanica's Pharah.
Yeah, it's so difficult. Pharah Mercy pairing here for the red hand side, and you're gonna have to just pellet the ground as much as possible and try to avoid those shots. Seeking the shots though, here comes the rocket rush from John 17 after Kronos went for that Deadeye. Red Rose though going for the resurrection, gonna be back in time to go for that healing. And will this be a full hold here for the red hand side? This fight already won. Here comes JDC though with a desperation coalescence. It's not gonna be enough. Kronos with 2. And that's a little bit of waste there from JDC. Oh, what an air shot. And Norisu with that hang time, just floating up in the air way too long. John gonna get that kill. 23 seconds left. Will this be the end of our newborn tryouts? It started off with bang, and will it end with a full hold here for the red hand side? Last ditch effort, Bun. Last comment before we go.
Well, I think. Well, they might be able to make it, but oh, hold on, they have to touch the point now.
Oh, did you see that though? Duelist getting that touch and with a little bit of that Guardian Agent action. Well done to that Mercy. Metallica though needs a top up, and Duelist gonna be caught on the inside. Just one focus fire. Oh, Metallica taking so much damage, and this is close. So it can be for both sides. Go with the flow though with that coalescence. The Winston trying to get on the inside yet again. Flash right now with the grapple hook takes care of JDC, and here comes Duelist going for that resurrection. But 3 frags on the board for the defense so far. Kronos right now gonna get taken down by Metallica. But what can the Rocketeer do? Fall on down to the mines instead. And the red hand side cleaning that one up with impunity. What a game. What a set. What a defense there. Well played to everyone in today's session. And we are done with the newborn tryouts. What a show. Well played. And play of the game goes over to Kronos with the clutch Deadeye. So same thing, before we go Bun to our giveaway, same old, comments about that last map, and comments about the whole match in general.
Yep. So as we noticed here, in these division games for Plat to Diamond, the comps really matter, or what or how you play according to the meta matters so much. If it's imbalanced, someone would get left behind, and you won't be able to handle someone like a Pharah that's free in the air. I noticed a lot of good Pharah players today, and uh, the Sigma Orisa, it was solid all the way from start to finish.
Yeah, so true. Double barrier rearing its head and able to get so much of the advantage, especially on King's Row. Come on, that meta map. The meta map is so good. So we are done for the newborn tryouts. Bun, as one of the admins of the WatchOver PH, have you gotten everything you needed to make those decisions?
Oh yes, watching these games, I really learned a lot about all of these players. So I even just going back on the VODs, we'll have enough to determine uh, who are really gonna be the standouts, and according to our selection, we'll be able to easily form solid teams that are balanced but synergized.
Yes, truly, and really goes to show this is just to make the scene, the teams all about better as much as possible. So what a day it has been, guys. It has been a good show all throughout. It was a lot of fun. Now it's time for the moment's truth. It's time for our giveaway. After this, we are gonna be having a little bit of that closing remarks from me. But big shout outs to Bud for hopping in for the casting table. Not only giving a little bit of that analysis, but also the fact that she gives in this factor that we are understanding what the thought process here for WatchOver PH as well as the Newbird Tryouts is. So big shout outs to Bud. Thank you for coming with us today.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
Yes.
And also to everyone who's watching or in the tryouts, thank you for joining in. I really hope everyone is enjoying this as much as I am. So I look forward to the next part of the process.
That's so true. And now, guys, it's time for that giveaway. So we'll be right back. We'll do it in the chat, and as soon as someone's picked, I'll come back into the fold. So have a good one, guys. It's time for giveaway number 2. And welcome back, and congratulations to our two winners, both to Flonin as well as Rose Flame. So congratulations to both of you. And now, just to end things up, I just want to thank everyone for tuning on in today. It's been a lot of fun. It was a little different, of course, to see distinct skill brackets thrown on up, but it is just really for the betterment of the scene. And I support any and all of these kinds of endeavors. Really big shout outs to the WatchOver PH fam, who is trying to make things work, trying to bring people into the fold more professionally, more competitively, and it really goes to show every little bit of the community counts. It can be a type of community that brings people in. It can be the type of community that just handles things. It can be the type of community that plays all the way into competitive. Overall, these are different aspects, different pillars of our community that can just bring us to the next level, bring us into a live setting, and honestly, just keep us thriving as much as possible. So thank you guys for tuning on in today. Big shout outs to everyone who did show up today. For me, MVPs today, I would say Saltarex was one, Akashi was one. I had Kronos in as well, Mechanica, a lot of the DPS, John 117, all solid there. In terms of the tanks, and no Risu, very, very flexible, showing off with that Wrecking Ball. Flash was good on the Sigma. I feel like he does really well on that one comp, so a little bit of caveats there. I don't remember much from the tank. Who else? On supports. On supports, Duelist, as well as First. Those guys were awesome. A while ago as well. They had Flo. Flo was, I would say Flo was good. Not the best, but he was there. He was good. He was able to show up. He was able to be flexible. Just needs to work on that positioning. And yeah, if I forgot anyone, oh, Red Rose, man, Coalescence God right there. The real question is, will you be able to build on that into the newest patch? But anyway, guys, that's it for me. I have my comments, I have my reservations, and I have all my compliments as well to everyone and anyone who has hopped into the Newborns Tryouts. Hopefully, this helps out the WatchOver PH fam in making their decision, and hopefully, we get to see more and more from each and every one of you. It's been fun, it's been great, and I'm gonna call it a night. It's, it's like getting late on a Friday night. It's time to see if we can get anything else done. But I've been Dax. Big shouts again to Bunninja, to the co-cast. Thanks to the WatchOver PH for the setup for the giveaway and for just making things happen. And thank you to each and every one of you, the players and the audience, for supporting Team TPH there, for supporting the Philippine Overwatch scene in general. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night.